watching Griffon Update. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mackenzie Bose.
And I'm Morgan Doyle. School's been going through cancellations yet again, and I sure am tired of this weather.
Me too, and I'm honestly starting to get a little worried about the wind chill because it's freezing.
It is a little scary, but it's not the only thing that's scary. Another thing that's a little frightening to me is paranormal activity.
I can see where you get that. I think if it's actually true or if people kind of have proof and like have a layout of what could have happened or what they think happened, I think it's kind of neat.
Well, St. Joseph actually has a psychiatric museum that is one of the largest and very few left in the U.S.
Reporter Jessica Stallard traveled to the museum to tell us more.
Have you ever been bored in the winter months with nothing to do? Well, I recommend the Galore Psychiatric Museum here in St. Joseph, Missouri. This is where you can find lots of fun things to find and look at. The Galore Psychiatric Museum has been open for 51 years now. Before it opened as a museum in 1968, it was a mental hospital. The museum is located in the building the hospital was once in. Executive Director of the St. Joe Museums, Sarah Wilson, has worked with the Psychiatric Museum for 6 years.
I love it when people come in from our community or from out of town to see the Psychiatric Museum. The Galore Psychiatric Museum is one of the largest psychiatric museums in the world. We're one of about only a handful of psychiatric museums in the United States. And so the story that we tell is really important. We're a place where people can explore the topic of mental illness.
Galore is one of the largest psychiatric museums in the world. They even have original tools and rooms set up like when the hospital was up and running. If you are brave enough, you can even go into the morgue and operating rooms. Sarah Elder, a museum worker, has worked at the museums for 29 years and has experienced paranormal activity.
I've heard some things that I can't account for mechanically, or things that sound like conversations, wheels of carts and gurneys going past my office, and you hear something or a noise is made and you're trying to find the cause of it and you can't. And then other visitors have told me of experiences they've had that they've seen somebody walking down a hall or somebody peeking around a corner. I have not seen those, but other people have told me that they have. Mm-hmm.
If you would like to go see any of the museums, it costs $6 for adults, $5 for senior citizens, and $4 for students with student IDs. If you like museums and like to learn, I definitely recommend this one. This is Jessica Stallard reporting for Griffon Media.
That's a neat museum and a great way to get St. Joe on the map.
I've always seen it and wanted to go, but I just never have had the time. Jessica seemed to enjoy it. Maybe I should take off the weekend and go.
Well, I took off this last weekend and next weekend's spring break, but weekends after that are about to be gone with school.
I am the same way. But since you took off last weekend, what'd you do?
Not a whole lot. I just hung out around campus, stayed in my room.
Just relax?
Yep, pretty much.
Well, you know who never relaxes is Elijah Todd.
Reporter Deverett Horton has more on Todd.
It was for anybody who had
Elijah Todd is so busy being a part of so many things on campus that he barely has time to breathe.
President of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, the president of Western Activity Councils, WAC. What those organizations are. One is a social/brotherhood organization, that's Phi Beta Sigma. We focus on brotherhood, scholarship, and service, and just doing events for the campus. And what Western Activities Council is, it's an activity board for the university. So the comedians, the bands, the Fall Fest, the Light Up Western, it's activities on a bigger scale for the whole university and not just a small social group.
Elijah Todd is very organized when he has events and meetings that he has to do.
Management is everything, so designated days. I can't spread everything out over the course of time, over the week. So Sundays we meet with Phi Beta Sigma. Wednesdays we meet with Western Activities Council. The military, I kind of work out every morning so I can pass my PT test. But that's only one weekend in a month.
Rest is very important when you run an organization like Elijah Todd does.
Just make time. When I feel like all my homework is done, when I feel like I have nothing else to do for the organization, I seize the opportunity and I have to do it for me, because if I don't get time to rest, then everything could go into chaos, and that just wouldn't be good for any organization.
This is DeVord Horton reporting for Griffon Update.
I feel like Elijah is just one of those guys that everyone's friends with and looks up to.
I've never actually met him, but after that I have to agree.
Let's see what else we have to talk about after this break.
A leading problem I've faced is a misunderstanding on the part of students of the importance of academic advising. They miss appointments. They don't make appointments. But what's most disappointing is when they come unprepared. Give me a student with a plan in their head, or better yet, on paper. We could talk about their interests, not just about their classes. We could discuss internships, classwork, grad programs. It would open the door to what advising is truly about.
Can I help you?
But instead, they come to me in a panic when they need to register because...
I need to talk to you. I was trying to register for my classes, but it wouldn't let me do it because I need my PIN, and I haven't had time to set up an advising, so I don't even know what classes I need to take, so I just signed up for a bunch of random ones, and I'm going to drop them later. So can I have my PIN real fast because I'm still logged into a computer in the lab? Am I interrupting?
Take ownership of your education. Make the most of your advisement by being proactive, punctual, and prepared. You'll open the door to more personalized attention and avoid costly setbacks. It's never too soon to begin planning your next steps at Missouri Western.
Western is always hosting different events. This past week wasn't any exception either.
This week, there was an event that took 6 months to plan, the celebration of the Chinese New Year.
Reporter Jessica Stallard attended the event and brings us more.
1, 2. At the Chinese New Year, Year of the Pig, many celebrated this joyous holiday. At the Chinese New Year 2019, many students in the St. Joe community celebrated with fun guessing games, listening to music, and of course, Chinese food. The event took over 6 months to prepare for, whether that be from buying the decorations, preparing the questions for the games, or to preparing the food. Chinese exchange instructor Lily Wong has spent a lot of time and money to prepare this for Western, but she said it was definitely worth it.
Seeing so many people here, they are willing to be part of this game, and they enjoy food, and the competition is really hot, and they are all very competitive. Not for the prize because they didn't know before there would be a prize. They just want to get all the questions right. I really like that. Yeah.
Many enjoyed this event while learning about the Chinese culture and how they celebrate the New Year. Missouri Western student Emily Fickus loved this event and everything it had to offer.
My favorite part of the event was probably answering questions and learning about it because I didn't really know much about it at all. And then whenever we learned more things and did that trivia, it was really neat that there are so many aspects to Chinese culture that not a lot of people see. They see the surface, but there's more underneath it than just what's on the surface.
If you've missed this event, you can check it out next year. This is Jessica Stallard reporting for Griffon Media.
The food and drinks were definitely great, and the event was a huge success.
It's my favorite thing to see, Griff supporting Griffs. Well, stay tuned, because up next is the Griffon Newscast and Bailey Sports Report.
One out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving.
Wait, what did you just say?
You heard me. That's better. Keep your eyes on the road.
Coming up on the Griffon Newscast, get to know the top 3 candidates for presidency. See how enrollment has gone up 22% since last year, and the Griffon Film Society made an independent film just for the fun of it. All this and more. The Griffon Newscast starts now. Thanks for watching. I'm Cole Wildhagen. The Presidential Search Committee has narrowed their selections down to the top 3 candidates: Julianne Mazachek, Teresa Riley, and Matthew Wilson. Mazachek is the Vice President for Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas, and has experience in finance, teaching, and working as a CEO and President of the Washburn Foundation. Riley is the Senior Vice President for Student Affairs and University Administration for Texas A&M University Kingsville. She has a background in finances and student affairs before being the senior vice president of the university. Finally, Wilson was the president and professor of Akron University in Ohio and has a background in law, political science, and Asian studies. The candidates will be having presentations throughout the week, starting with Wilson on Monday, Riley on Wednesday, and Mazachek on Friday at 3:15 in the Kemper Recital Hall. The Board of Governors met on Monday to go over enrollment numbers and freshman retention rates on the rise. Reporter Chris Tenpenny has the story.
Missouri Western enrollment is up 22% over the last 2 years, and this spring 2019 semester has seen an almost 3% raise compared to last year's numbers.
I think enrollment going up first and foremost is part of the strategy of using Royal & Company, which is now part of, it's called EAB, and so they are marketing Missouri Western to far more students, prospective students, than used to be. So when we saw a 16% increase and then a follow-up 6% increase to give us 22% overall over the last 2 years, an increase in that freshman cohort, that has been directly responsible or attributable to the work that Royal & Company has done for us, and then our follow-up. So that's been key to our increased enrollment.
This has been Chandra Traxler, Chris Tenpenny, and Chloe Ryan with the Griffon News.
In other news, the campus group, the Griffon Film Society, has had a busy semester. The group's been shooting and editing films and have no plan on slowing down anytime soon. Griffon News reporter Zoe Jones has more.
The Griffon Film Society hit the set this past weekend to work on their most recent film. The screenwriter for the production was Joshua Benny. The story was based off of a personal experience for Joshua.
When they asked for script submissions, I started thinking, and originally I wrote the script with plenty of people, but as we went through, I had 2 people help me. They advised to the script, and we narrowed it down to 2 people, and we really helped develop the emotions and transform it into something beautiful.
The crew spent the whole day on Saturday filming and producing. With lights, sound, and equipment, the students had a very busy day ahead of them.
It went really smoothly. Most of the time we were on schedule or in front of how we should be scheduled, so it went really smoothly.
GFS meets every Friday at 6:30 and is constantly looking for people to help them out. For more information on GFS, please contact Professor of Cinema Toby Lawrence at tlawrence7@missouriwestern.edu or call 816-271-4296. Reporting for the Griffon News, I'm Zoe Jones.
It's the last week before spring break. How are students planning on spending their week off school? Reporter Chloe Ryan catches up with the students to tell us more.
It's almost spring break, and students all around campus are excited to have a week off school.
Well, I'm actually going to New Orleans for the spring break trip. It's the alternative spring break trip through the Center for Student Involvement. We are planning to stay in Hotel Dauphine, which is notoriously known for being haunted. So I'm kind of nervous about that.
Some students will be traveling over spring break, while others are going to be going home and seeing their friends and family.
I am mostly gonna just hang out, deal with my dog, pray the Lord it doesn't snow anymore, because I am sick and tired of cleaning up my dog after she plays around in the snow.
This is Chloe Ryan with the Griffon News.
That's your news in 5 minutes. I'm Cole Wildhagen, and thanks for watching the Griffon Newscast.
At Missouri Western, it's on us.
It's on us, all of us, to take responsibility and stop sexual assault.
To create a campus environment where everyone is safe and feels safe.
To realize that ending sexual assault is not an individual endeavor,
but a collective effort.
To understand that it affects not only students, but faculty and staff members alike.
At Missouri Western, we take action.
It's on us to look out for each other and not look the other way.
We step up and say something.
We support survivors. We are going to be a part of the solution and not the problem.
It's on us to intervene and take responsibility.
So take action, because we can and will make a difference.
At Missouri Western,
it's on us
to put an end to sexual assault.
Begin by taking the pledge at itsonus.org.
to the Griffon Update Sports Report, your place to catch up on all Griffon sports. I'm your host, Bailey Ketchum. First in sports, softball had a quick and easy weekend with a 4-2 win over Cameron University and continue their road games this weekend in Oklahoma against UCO and Northeastern State. In other sports news, women's basketball has finished up their regular season and are headed into the first round of the conference tournament Wednesday night as the number 9 seed. Unfortunately, men's basketball has ended their season with a loss against Washburn on Saturday. They finished the season 12-18 overall, topping their 6 total wins last year. Now it's time for a news segment called Get to Know That Griff. I'm here with Conrad McMahon from the Western baseball team to get to know him a little bit. First off, where are you from?
I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay. What school were you at before this?
University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley.
Yes.
A
little better weather than here, yes?
It was very hot every day.
How are you liking this weather at the start of the baseball season?
I'm from Kansas City, so I know what it is, but if we get a little sunshine, that would be nice.
Okay, this is your first year at Missouri Western. How are you liking it and the guys on the team?
I got a lot of good friends on the team, you know. We all get along well, and it's going good.
You guys were at Missouri Southern this last weekend. How did it go for you guys?
We won 2 games. We lost 1. We were up 3 runs in the 8th, and we could not seal the deal.
Well, we saw something interesting from you. You stole home that game. That's not something you see very often. What were your thoughts going through your head at that moment?
We had 2 outs. We were up 2 runs, and I can make a bang-bang play at the plate. The pitcher kept putting his head down, so why not?
Did the coach let you do that, or were you just kind of thinking to yourself you did it on your own?
Kind of gave me like I can't give you full permission to do this, but I'm not going to tell you no.
Okay. All right, what position are you?
I play center field.
Okay, center field. So you're pretty fast?
I like to think so sometimes.
Do you know what your 40 time is?
No.
So like probably one of the fastest guys on the team, yeah?
I would say so.
Do you plan to steal a lot of bases this year?
I would like to. My focus is stealing first.
Okay. How would you say this season's going for you so far?
Would always like to win more games, but we're above 500. I think we'll sweep this weekend and be okay.
Okay, so baseball guys are very superstitious. Do you have a routine that you do before games?
I used to be, but no, not anymore. Not at all. I just hit the ball. Don't step on the line, though. That's just asking for trouble.
I see that a lot. So that has to do with superstitions?
I guess.
All right. Other than playing baseball, what are some other things that you like to do in your free time?
Well, considering it's 9 degrees outside, my hobbies are inside as of now. I watch a lot of my buddies play, baseball, some basketball, whatever's going on. I'd like to get out and catch a couple fish if it ever warms up. But
have you ever been ice fishing?
I have not. I could get an auger and go try it.
You could. Okay, yesterday you guys were out on the field in the snow doing something. What were you guys doing?
Skip wanted us to go break up some ice on the field because it was hard ice over the grass. I don't know.
How'd you guys go about doing that?
Some shovels and some boots. One kid wore his waders.
Just breaking it all up? But you do know it's supposed to snow in the next couple days, right?
Yes, on Thursday. But it is going to rain on Saturday and be 45 degrees. So
maybe the field would be good for you guys to return home.
One of these days. We do have a home series this weekend, though, that is not at home.
Not at home. Where are you guys playing at?
Northeastern.
Northeastern? Okay. Mm-hmm. When you guys are finally home, what can we expect to see from you guys?
Some good baseball.
Good baseball?
Hopefully the sun's shining. Some suntan lotion.
Hopefully those days will come.
Yeah.
I hope so. Well, as he said, baseball heads to Northeastern State this weekend for a 3-game series, but hopefully you guys return home soon. More updates on the weekend. Women's tennis shut out John Brown 9-0 on Friday, but unfortunately snapped their win streak with a loss against Arkansas Fort Smith 5-2 on Saturday. That's all we have for you today in sports. For more information on Griffon Athletics, check out gogriffons.com.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show. You can watch our show on MWSU-TV Channel 12.
You can also catch us on the Griffon Update Vimeo and YouTube channels and the Missouri Western Student Media homepage.
And make sure to check out the next edition of the Griffon News.
For all of us here at Griffon Update, thank you for watching.